Like I kind of look for, kind of feel forlorn. I think a return to your sickbed might be in order. Now you might consider resting well atop the watchtower next to the rookery. Okay, am I in the right place? I don't know. Oh, there. Okay. Oh, hey, there's a sightseeing place I kind of don't want to bother trying to get to because I feel that requires a little accurate jump. I could probably get it. Let me just try. Let me just try. Ah, damn it! Alright, never mind. If I try to do this, I'll take all night.
The people of this city have spirit, I'll give them that. They've not lost the will to fight. I can imagine how torn you must feel, looking at that sky, knowing what it means to everyone, and that you're responsible.
Oh, thanks for rubbing it in. All such a mess. I can't believe it's coming from me. I don't need to tell people my problems.
Neither can I, to be honest. But you heard what the Ascians said. The light you shine will warp the world around you, whether you like it or not. Even your Stoller and Reen had to concede that point. You're in a corner, and there doesn't seem to be any obvious way out. But that doesn't mean it's over. However hopeless it seems, you haven't lost yet. I remember looking up at the sky like this before. Being caught up in a strange kind of calm. It was after we realized we were responsible for the flood. When we resolved to journey to the source by taking our own lives.
Oh, wow.
One last sacrifice. One last fight. One last failure. And then the Oracle appeared and, well, you know the rest. There were times in the years and decades that followed when I wondered if we might not have been better off just letting the rejoining happen. That we'd made one last mistake. But seeing that giant Talos stir to life cured me of any doubts I still had. Always we took the burden of fighting upon ourselves. That's what heroes do, isn't it? So we never had the chance to see anything like that. Our people coming together as one.
Yeah, that was a pretty awesome moment. I gotta admit that.
To think that their hope still burned so bright. That they were still so eager to live, they would lift up their fellows, one on top of the other, till they reached the sky. No. We made the right decision. And I can finally feel proud of the part we played in helping this world survive.
Oh, fist bump? Sure.
Well, come on then.
Bump the fist! Do it! Oh, is this destiny?
As I thought. What happened between us was no coincidence. My story may be finished, but the fates have gifted me a minor role in yours. I suspected as much the moment I realized you could hear me. But it's hard not to doubt yourself when you're the man who caused the flood. I was afraid to do anything more than watch for fear of making things even worse. But no longer. After all, the path I once walked is now yours to finish.
What? Oh,
For what
okay.
it's worth, I cast my lot with yours. If you need a push, I'll be right there behind you. If you lose control, I'll do my best to stop you. So, let us be about it, hero.
Okay, I'm still not sure what's going on with that. He makes light shine when he touches me, so...
Oh, I was worried you were up here all alone, brooding and fretting and wallowing in your woes. But look at you, grinning at nothing like a pollen-drunk pixie.
And once again, I neglected to call upon your health.
Look at what you've done to your ether. It's a mess. And you have cracks running all through that pretty soul of yours.
Oh, wow, yeah. Kinda sucks.
My poor little sapling. Whatever am I to do with you? Shall I yield up my throne? You could claim it, cut ties with the mortal world, hide away in the castle.
That's kind of sounding good right now.
It won't fix the problem, but would it really matter? If any pesky heroes come calling with steel and magic, all of Il Meg will rise up in your defense.
Okay, that doesn't help at all. That actually makes things a lot worse.
My crown and scepter are yours, if you want them.
I appreciate your concern, but that really won't help the problem at all.
What? Don't give me that look. Of course I knew before I asked that you'd never ever heed such a wicked suggestion. And besides, what would become of my precious and ephemeral flower? Oh, my dear beloved sapling. You are lost, confused, and have precious little time to gather your wits.
Nah, it's based on the Gaelic Fae, sort of. So I guess they're kind of Scottish-ish. There's debate between Scottish and Irish Eh. It's from that part of the
Your
world.
kind is always so preoccupied with what lies ahead, and so we muddle your vision with fog and glamour. But such trickery is easy to see through. Stand very, very still. Think not of where you need to go, but where you are right now at this moment, at this time, in this place. Our cairn of crystal. From shadowed hood he watched you go, his ruby eyes with warmth aglow. See yourself as he saw you, and that shall be the clearest clue. You stand in his garden, dear sapling. Ask his flowers what they know, and you will surely find an answer. But what will you do with it, I wonder? I'll be watching and waiting. Waiting and watching.
Fairy riddles. Take a moment to feel the wind upon your face. And then everyone visited me and told me a lot of stuff that I could probably do. Gather information on the Crystal Exarch. Considering that he never... Ooh. Aw, that's okay. I didn't need those kneecaps anyway. Considering he was so secretive, I can't imagine him saying anything to anybody. If you couldn't say anything to me. Like, dude, didn't I save your ass? I helped your ass before. And then you decide to lock yourself away in the Crystal Tower. Oh, I did not expect you to see your feet so soon. Surely you have not come in search of Amaro. You know what? That's a good idea. When am I gonna get my Amaro mount? What do I know of the Crystal Exarch? I am happy to share, but I fear there will be no surprising revelations. As any in this city could tell you, he is a man of wisdom and compassion, many untold secrets. But none can doubt his generosity. When the Crystarium was being constructed, he even allowed folk to plunder the tower for resources. He had imposed no restrictions upon us but one. No one except the Exarch is permitted to dwell within the spire. Many seasons passed, a comrade of mine was bold enough to ask the reason why. As one day the Crystal Tower may vanish as suddenly as it arrived. Amaro launch. Okay, I'm still too dumb to figure out what all this is leading me now. I was having a good run of guessing what was happening, but now I'm kind of at a loss. Cassard. What can you tell me, my dude? Just how long have I been out of it that everyone thinks that I'm dead? What's this about? You're not writing the Exarch's memoirs, are you? I am. I'm not sure how much I can tell you, considering we avoid asking too many questions. It's spoken rule, after all. If anyone has fresh insights to share, then maybe Captain Luna. Yes, actually, that would be right. She lost her parents to an Eater attack long after she was born, and the Exarch Sara to upbringing. Outward appearances aside, those two are like grandfather and granddaughter. Imagine news of his predicament hit her doubly hard. Not that our proud captain would ever let it show. If you do decide to talk to Lina, she'd be at your usual poise at the sensor gate. Alright, thanks. That actually helps. Alright, go talk to what's-his-face. Come for the results of my research into the persisting light. I'm afraid there's little to tell us yet. Records pertaining to the Exarch, well, I need no documentation to relay what I know in his history. Less than a decade has passed since the coming of the flood, when the Crystal Tower first flashed into existence. Its summoner, the Exarch himself, became known to the refugees in Lakeland soon after. He welcomed all who sought out the spire, be they locals who have lost their homes or Voibertites fleeing from their ruined kingdom, and together they did found the city from which became the Crystarium. Some thought to call him king, for he refused to share his name, but the summoner did not deem himself worthy of royal address. Thus did the people consider his scintillating skin so like to the tower he had summoned, and bestowed upon him the title of Crystal Exarch. As for his true name, well, it would seem as a mystery that remains unsolved to this day. And that's the way it's gonna be, I suppose. Alright, I have to go over there. How far is there? Okay, I can go to this aetheryte. Go out. Is that the right place? No? Exarch gate. Just do it. Lina, tell me about Daddy. I was told you had awoken. I was not told you had awoken. Welcome surprise now, if only the Exarch was to return to us. He was taken by his rival of yours, was he not? Your companions mentioned they had an idea of where to find him. And so I bristled when they asked for patience. They did not understand their hesitation. Until I saw you had fallen, only then did I realize that I had no business rushing ahead. And so the delay had been no less agonizing. In moments before he left to join you in Calusa, the Exarch entrusted me with a key. It opens the door to, in the ocular, a chamber known as the Umbilicus. What the fuck? This room is the heart of the tower, into which only the Exarch himself is permitted to enter. Okay. He bid me allow none into the tower once he had departed. Only in the event that an army of eaters descended upon the city was I to access the Umbilicus and awaken the defensive barrier. Never before had he left me with such instructions, but the battle with Valtry loomed near, and at the time I accepted the key without much thought. Since then, however, the moment is all that occupies my mind. When I recalled the look upon his face, I knew that some terrible fate awaited him. Wow. I need to know what he feared. What battle you and your companions are truly fighting? What did he fear? What am I gonna tell her? Oh, I can't tell her? No? Forgive me, I trust in the Exarch, and I should not be voicing these doubts when he is not here to respond to them personally. I see. I am not the only one who burns for answers. The time has come to open the tower's heart. Though we do not face an invasion of eaters, I suspect the city will be in far more danger if you do not gain the knowledge you seek. Alright. The unbroken thread. Come meet me in the ocular and I will unlock the door within. Alright. We're getting there. We're getting there. Oh man, can I finish this at the cost of losing sleep? Probably. It depends on whether I can ping to 80 for all these side quests. Alright, where is the... It's all the way over there. I'm gonna take that. Wait, where is it? Yeah, it's the opposite side.
I have unlocked the door to the umbilicus. You are free to enter. Once you have what you require, I'll see it sealed once more. Until then, I will remain without.
Thank you, Fran. Too. That's not fair to call her Fran. She's a lot more fiery than Fran. She got more personality. And it's just a lot of books here. What a nerd.
A moment to collect my thoughts, I prithee. Thy true name is Grahatia, then? By thy claims, thou too art a native of the Source, though from an age beyond our own, when the 8th umbral calamity hath visited devastation upon our star.
How was that?
Thou hast, by subtle means, reached across the boundaries of time and space to unsow the seeds of catastrophe, ere its creeping vines drag our champion unto an early grave.
In essence, yes. A difficult story to swallow, I am sure.
Oh god.
I doubt not the veracity of thy words, not the account of thy coming, nor that of the fated calamity.
But how did you jump into the future?
Yet my mind straineth still to apprehend the enormity of this tale. Wouldst thou favor me with a gradual unfolding of its chapters?
Certainly.
Please explain like I'm 5.
But where to begin? I should start with those great minds who survived the calamity. Sid Garland being perhaps the greatest.
Ah, my man Sid survived it, yay.
In hopes of staying the unending tides of war, he and his fellows pursued all manner of possible solutions. One of these was rooted in a theory which unified several fundamental principles discovered over the course of the Warrior of Light's adventures. It proposed a method by which one could enter the River of Time, traverse the rift, and leap between worlds. Perfecting that idea, however, was a work which consumed their lifetimes. And thus was it left to future generations to decide whether theory would be put into practice. But all the while, the world continued to burn. Hope was a feeble outpost, beset on all sides by thievery and misery and murder. People cried out in despair, "There is no hope, we are finished. Mankind is finished." Then others raised their voices in answer. Though we be beyond salvation, those who came before may yet be saved. We will forge a crossroads and pave the way for a different future. By the wisdom of our forebears, we will prevent this calamity from ever having come to pass. The fighting went on unabated, but some few took up Cid's research and labored to realize those impossible ideas. After 2 centuries of labor, their descendants finally succeeded in awakening the Crystal Tower, an integral part of the process, and, in doing so, roused its caretaker, me. By this stage, scholars had largely established the phenomena underpinning the rejoining, and identified the first as the shard which precipitated the 8th Umbral Calamity. This grand structure was already capable of storing the energies required to attempt the translocation. All that remained was to augment some few of its functions based upon the theoretical models of Cid and his compeers.
And by means of such technologies didst thou effect thine arrival in the first, to an age before this star had joined with the Source.
Some while before, as it turned out. 'Tis all but impossible to predict how time will flow between one world and the next, and we missed our mark by almost an entire century. But this only worked in our favor. The Sin Eaters could not be defeated without the blessing of light, and summoning the only woman who might stand a chance against them would require decades of preparation.
She's getting a headache again.
An undertaking of scarce credible endurance. That thou hast kept thy plan from falling into disarray these many years bordereth on the miraculous. Yet howsoever history be rewritten, thy present self was shaped by events which followed the calamity. Should said catastrophe be averted, the very skein of thine existence will unravel. Surely thou hast foreseen this.
I am aware of the consequences. 'Tis for that very reason Cid and his colleagues bequeathed their legacy as an offering, and not an edict. To give all of oneself for the happiness of others, and with no promise of reward. 'Tis a hard thing to ask. Harder still for those condemned to survive in a world which pitted brother against brother. Indeed, you are right to call the execution of this plan miraculous, though the force which held it together was nothing so inexplicable. It was her. The warrior of light has been our unbroken thread. Where others would stumble and fall, she would rise above. Where others would break and run, she would carry on. The warrior of light's tale is one of unyielding bravery. To tell it was to feel courage. To hear it was to feel hope. It was a breath of inspiration in an age of suffocating shadow. In the histories of a fallen nation was our hero hailed as its greatest ally. In the time-worn pages of a noble's memoirs were her deeds joyously retold. For many, these stories were the flame which warmed them through the coldest of nights.
You're giving me too much credit here.
And so it should come as little surprise that the plan found no shortage of volunteers, concerning as it did the Warrior of Light herself. It was their chance to add their own verse to the hero's saga. She was the lodestar that brought them all together, to send their final message back through time and space to her. The light of your legacy was our torch in the darkness. Burn bright again and live. I am merely the bearer of that wish, come to ensure it is safely delivered.
What? What the
Wherefore sharest thou this burden with me and no other? What wouldst thou have me say?
Why are you giving me a brain ache? All this information too strong.
You will be my accomplice? 'Twas you yourself who convinced me of your suitability when you spoke of how you learned of the Flood and of your part in arranging Minfilia's journey to the First. Your actions showed uncommon resolve. 'Twas clear you were committed to the cause of saving this world. I knew I could trust you to choose the right path forward, even if that choice came with a heavy price.
What price?
When all is said and done, and the last of the Light Wardens lies slain, I will absorb their corrupted ether, and then I will die. Knowing what I know of your companions, not to mention your champion, they will try to stop me.
But I know that you're an asshole, Uriaje, so you won't.
But in saving one, they would save none. Therefore, I implore you to aid me in concealing my identity and ensuring this tale ends as it must. To this end, I would have you take what I have told you of the Calamity and make of it a portent. A prophetic vision you beheld in the swirling chaos of the Rift.
Oh, so that was all bullshit that Uriaje told you guys.
Is this truly thy wish?
History remembered the Warrior of Light, as I knew it would. And I will suffer no other to rescue the champion whose star has charted my course. I will see this tale to a happy end, my friend. There has been enough tragedy.